Isaiah and Joseline, they are two people that do not mess around. You do not want to be in the ring with these two because they are just, well, I hate to say it, they're mean, they're nasty, they kick butt, and, you know, if you're Jeffrey John and Alice Crowley, I'd be a little worried about my own safety.
I've been in the locker room with Isaiah all morning. I've seen him all day. He's wearing a hoodie, wearing a t-shirt, just totally covered. I did not realize how thick and absolutely jacked he was, so I think his shirt saying Isaiah's going to kill you might just be accurate.
Yeah, Isaiah has been here in OWA on many occasions, and he's always been impressive. OWA management always looking for great talent. They certainly found it with this man, hailing from Detroit. And there's the bell, and we're off and running. Look, little handshake, baby. All right, so sportsmanship, Anthony.
Some respect, Jeffrey John, not a fan. Clearly not a fan.
Now,
respect.
Is he going to wrestle with the head covering? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's called. I mean,
looking like Red Riding Hood here in Columbus.
Have you ever worn something that was unusual while wrestling, like sunglasses or a bonnet or anything along those lines, Anthony?
I've wrestled in a full tuxedo before.
Really?
Yes, I've wrestled in tearaway pants. So I'm not a stranger to odd wrestling attire. So this is a first for seeing a bonnet.
Okay. Now look at this. The big man, Isaiah Broner, gets in the ring, and Jeffrey John tags, not going to take anything away from Alice's credentials. She is certainly an accomplished athlete. All right, nice show of respect again.
If you ask me, it seems like the powerhouse is balls up, tags out, wants to keep it fair. Let's say the two powerhouses of each team are stepping in the ring.
Now collar and elbow tie up, side headlock from Navarro. And she is an incredibly strong woman. Oh, shot downstairs, and another shot. And on the ropes. And a beauty of one. Navarro off the ropes. And sidestepping. Here comes Crowley. Very nice drop there.
Showing the athleticism Alice Crowley is.
Fisherman suplex.
Very smart, not just going for a normal suplex, hooking that leg for the immediate pin.
And now, Jeffrey John tags himself in. Forearm to the back. The double axe handle smash. Now just stomping on Navarro. Here we go, cover. One. Referee was a little out of position on that.
A tiny bit. I used to be an official myself. I was going to call him out. I appreciate you doing so.
Away with some shots downstairs, and the Babushka Baron now just stepping on the head. But look, you don't want to disrespect Joseline, because I'll tell you right now, she does not put up with it, and you're going to get a receipt.
Oh, for sure. A receipt the size of a CVS. Huge. 1, 2, no. Keeping the fight. Staying in it. At this point, tagging himself out.
Now Allison comes in, shot downstairs.
If you've noticed, they've yet to have a fair tag. Every tag has been just Jeffrey John choosing to do so.
Oh, small package, 1, 2, no.
If you check that, it looks like more there.
Now clubbing blow from Crowley. Crowley picking up Navarro, taking into the corner, and Jeffrey John doesn't want to tag now. And so, big toe.
Heavy hand from Alice Crowley.
Now, Anthony, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your match coming up later today. You have a big match against Kevin Koo. And wait a minute, we'll get to that. No. What is your mindset going into this match later today?
I mean, I've known Kevin Koo since he began his training in Massachusetts. I helped him get some of his earliest wrestling opportunities in the area until he moved down south. I've watched his tag stuff. I've watched him singles. I just hope he knows I'm more prepared for this match than ever before.
And you know what? You're going to have to be, because the man is dangerous in capital letters when you step in the squared circle with Kevin Koo. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you.
And now back to the action. As you see, Jeffrey John is now in the ring, and he's got Joseline tied up with a sleeper-like maneuver with a shot downstairs. Jawbreaker to Jeffrey John. Hands are Curry.
Looked like the toe of Joseline hit the temple of Jeffrey John.
I mean, Jeffrey John could be concussed. That was a heck of an enziguri. Both individuals trying to make it to their corner. Tagged Isaiah.
Good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
Alice refuses to make the tag, and now Jeffrey John's in the ring with Isaiah. And here's a modified spine buster from Isaiah Broner. Broner picking up the smaller Jeffrey John, pushes him off the ropes. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Well, maybe not.
Cover that. They don't want to stop now.
No, wait. There's
trying to get that legal tag.
There you go. They got the legal tag. Here comes. Oh no! I've seen this before. I believe she calls this break a bitch. And yes! That'll put your lights out in a hurry. Whoa! A Stan Hansen like lariat. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We are going to take a look at a triple threat match, and joining me here at the commentary table, the OWA champion, Trey Lamar. Trey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. And sorry to correct you, OWA heavyweight champion.
I apologize. Right now, we're seeing a guy that is making his debut here at OWA. His name is the Devil Dog, Dustan Moseley, and he's a big specimen, but right now, looks like Mr. Rose up and over. Nice. Trey, you gotta be impressed with that drop kick.
Oh yeah. I'm really familiar with this Riley Rose guy. He's a young up-and-comer from AIW. Yeah, real impressive.
Arm drags from Chase Oliver.
Fun fact, this Chase Oliver, this is the guy who should carry, this is the guy who's tag with AIW. Yeah, we were called No Consequences back a few years ago.
Why did the team break up?
Some injuries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, stuff happens.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, speaking of injuries, Riley Rose coming off an ankle injury, and looks like he so far is doing all right with the ankle, but right now he's on the apron after taking a lot of punishment. And
what's going on here?
I don't know. It looks like some type of body slam like maneuver. Now Moseley, maybe snake eyes.
Snake eyes. Big boot. Can I have a big boot?
Yeah, there we go.
I called that. Look at that.
Well, that's why you are the champ.
That's right.
Maneuver 1, 2, and Rose makes the save. Trey, we got to talk about it. You have a big matchup here today.
Yes, always action.
And you are taking on, of course, the man, Damian Chambers. What a nice move, a little double team action in the corner.
I'm excited about that. He's impressed me a little bit, but you already know what the outcome's going to be.
That was a 2 count there from a referee, and clearly you are very confident going into this match later on today.
Oh, cool.
And now Riley Rose, swing and a miss. Oliver with a big shot right to the face. Pull through. And
Hip up. Moonsault.
Nice move.
Okay.
Did you teach Chase Oliver any maneuvers that he has in his repertoire, or vice versa?
Actually, he's pulling out some stuff I've never seen from him.
Okay.
I'm going to have to study in case he's another one the jabronis lined up to take me on for the belt.
Big clothesline, another big clothesline from Moseley, and another big clothesline. Man, the big man is just wearing him out with just a series of right hands. Oliver trying to make the save. Again, it is one fall to a finish. A series of forearms on Moseley. Double clothesline, maybe? Big!
took the big man down.
Indeed, smart strategy, Trey. I cannot argue that with your back elbow right to the side of the face. Oh, that boot to the face was nasty as well.
Of course, Chase Oliver will be looking for that receiver now.
And Tyler Rose picks him up.
Oh!
Asleep, and here we go. If it wasn't for Moseley,
breaks it up.
yeah, I was gonna say if it wasn't for Moseley, I think this match would have been over.
Yeah, I think so too.
Moseley with a big vertical suplex. Wow! And it's still not enough. Look, you gotta admit, Riley Rose has shown a lot of heart. As is your former partner Chase Oliver, because let's be honest, Moseley's a massive man, and these guys are sticking in the ring with him. Wait. Man.
These guys.
Let me ask you, Trey, if you were in the ring with a competitor the size of Moseley, what would be your game plan?
I mean, I get ready for everybody the same exact way. It doesn't matter how tall, how small they are. I go about my matches with the same approach. Just to outdo them, you know?
And now, Rose sliding over to the corner. And, oh man!
TV! Yes!
My goodness! The Death Valley driver into now Chase Oliver.
Okay, what we got?
Big suplex.
Go up top.
And here we go. And Highland District, as they say.
It is over.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the big match put on, of course, by the Ohio Wrestling Alliance. I am joined at the broadcast table by one called Manders. Manders, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. This is going to be a very interesting match.
Yeah, we got the, AIW versus Freelance right here. Chicago versus Cleveland.
That's right.
Sorry, Rip City, whatever.
Well, yeah. There's collar and elbow top, and we got a clean break. I'll tell you right now, you got to be impressed with Joshua Bishop. He's just a specimen that is
He's a freak.
Yeah. I was trying to say it nicely, but side headlock right now on
Master and Rule of the World, Josh Bishop.
Side headlock on Storm Grayson tried to power him out. Look, I don't want to take anything away from Storm Grayson, but I don't think matching power with power is the way to go.
Yeah, I would agree too. I mean, Storm's a big guy too, no doubt. But I would definitely try something else with Josh. Maybe use my speed, my quickness.
Off the ropes.
Oh, is that the speed thing?
Did you find that disheartening, Manders? If you put everything you had into a shoulder tackle, the man goes down, he pops right back up. Does that mess with your head, or in your mind you're just like, whatever?
Storm just woke up, like.
Okay.
Yeah, like. Look at Josh, man. Oh. See, that's what you gotta counter for Josh.
And a series of forearms to the back of Bishop by Storm Grayson.
Nice club.
That was.
Oh, you gotta bring those chops a little harder though.
Grayson looking to shoot Bishop. And into the corner, big flying elbow.
Nice.
And now, that sounded wicked. 1, 2, no, just one.
Wake up the beast,
Yeah, true. Well, Manders, let's talk about your big match that's going to be happening later this afternoon. What are your thoughts going into your matchup?
Hey, Karam's a big bad dude. I got to use some psychology. I got to lay in my strikes.
Wait a minute. The action's coming out over here. Look out.
Josh Bishop.
The referee has lost total control here.
Let's mind Josh Bishop's trunks, man. That bandana style is pretty sweet. Man, into it. Maybe get some cowboy stuff. There you go. Use the boxing. All right.
Well,
somebody's got to use the bullet there. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Well, have you ridden a bull before in Iowa?
Oh yeah, many times.
So you have an unfair advantage.
Not 8 seconds though.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 6.
Okay. Hey, better than me.
Quick shooter over here. Yeah, here we go. They're using it. That's good. I don't have to show off my sort of good skills, whatever.
Wait, they're challenging. I think the Bishop, our vantage point.
They're double riding the bull.
Oh my goodness.
Traded strikes.
Manders, this is the weirdest thing I've seen in a very long time.
I'm into it. This is good.
Both men are fighting in the mechanical bull area.
Falls off. That was 8 seconds.
Well, I was just going to ask, did you keep time?
Yeah, that was 8 seconds. 8.45. Not bad.
Bishop and Storm Grayson are just literally fighting all over the place now. They're over in the weight section and now making their way finally back to the ring.
Yeah, we don't want any. Have you ever had a plate drop on you before?
No.
Yeah, it's not fun. Last time I had a 45-pound plate drop on my toe, and literally I had a new toe in it. It was awful. Toe fell off. Toenail. It was awful.
And now a series of shots from Storm Grayson.
A little frustration there.
Yeah. I mean, he's tried everything, including using a mechanical bull, and he can't put away Josh Bishop.
Yeah.
Series of forearms. There's another forearm strike, and they're just teeing off on one another. Wow!
That's what I'm talking about. You got to use your athleticism to get dropped. You don't want to strike them.
Oh, there we go. 1, 2. Is that enough? No, not yet. That was a pretty
couple more maneuvers like that. Yeah, it was a beautiful drop kick.
Oh,
Randy Orton-esque. Very good.
Storm Grayson has a front face lock on Bishop. Going to try to pick him up for body slam.
Oh, wow.
That's 245 pounds. Wait a minute. 1, 2. 2 count is all against. All right, Storm Grayson's got to stay on top of Josh Bishop if he hopes to get a victory. Front face lock again. Some shots downstairs. Bishop, not much on those punches. I mean, Bishop might be hurt.
They use the hair there.
That's not. That's
But
not.
I mean, but you can do anything you know. Like I'm wrestling a bigger dude than me. Like maybe Karam tonight. Maybe I'm guy in here, so you can't do it to me.
What about an eye poke? Would you be above doing an eye poke?
If the shoe fits.
All right. Right now, Josh Bishop's in a world of trouble as Storm Grayson's just cranking on his neck. That separates Bishop, kick downstairs. And look, both men are women. They've been going at it tooth and nail. Swinging at the Manders, who's going to come out on top here? Who do you think? I mean, we've been sitting here almost 7 minutes. It's been non-stop action. Who do you like? I should have asked this at the beginning of the match, but it slipped my mind.
It's hard to tell, right? Like they're both really talented guys. They're both young, talented guys. Maybe go a little bit with Josh to the shot a little bit longer than Storm. Has had bigger, than Storm Grayson. Not diminishing anything that Storm's been doing. Just maybe a slight advantage there. A little slight advantage.
Both men are again just teeing off on one another with forearms. My goodness. I don't know how Storm Grayson is standing on his own 2 feet after a series of shots from this man.
Josh getting on him. Storm's got to do something.
Storm missing that clothesline. Black slam. Oh, he lost it. Didn't get a lot of that super kick, but it blocked. Did the lights and
Right there. You got to get on him.
off the ropes. Here comes Storm Grayson with a knee strike.
Here's the thing, though, where he did a nice series of offensive moves there, but Josh on the floor. You can't win on
to, what's Josh, 260 pounds?
Yeah, like somewhere around there.
That's you ever pick up a 260 pound dead weight?
I have not.
It's awful.
Okay.
So, gotta go.
All right, Storm getting
Hunter in the crowd.
Storm getting back in the ring. Bishop's in the ring. He's calling for something. Oh no! And that shows the technical prowess of Josh Bishop. He can hit you with that Michael slide out anywhere, just anywhere. Boom! It happens. And you look up at the lights. 1, 2, 3. She's lost.
That's a good match.
Introducing first, the challenger to my left, from Columbus, OWA, weighing at 200 pounds, this is And in the corner to my right, from the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio, weighing at 200 pounds, he is the OWA champion, this is
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Match, produced by OWA, the Ohio Wrestling Alliance. John Orlando here, along with my special guest here at the commentary table, the self-proclaimed king of the 614, the Babushka Baron, Jeffrey John.
Thank you for having me, and you know what? I am going to keep close eye on this matchup here. You see, we got Damian Chambers, the quote-unquote hometown hero. We have the king right here for
Well, that's true. That is true.
We have Trey Lamar, the champion from the Hall of Fame city, and this will probably be a classic, nonetheless.
And it's all for the marbles, you know. It's the OWA championship on the line. Filling each other out. Go behind by Trey Lamar. Nice reversal for Damian Chambers.
Solid wrestling work. Keep a close eye on this matchup because it is for the gold. It's
That's
for
right.
the championship. And regardless of what people think, always have my eye on the OWA championship. So I'm going to keep a close eye on this matchup.
Well, right now, Damian Chambers controlling Trey Lamar by the left arm, and a nice escape. Drop toe hold over to kind of a modified crossface / chin lock. And Jeffrey, I gotta ask you, if you were in the predicament that you find yourself, or that Damian finds himself in, going one-on-one with the champion, what would you do? What would be your game plan?
First thing first, game plan would be simple. Out-wrestle Trey Lamar. You see, Trey Lamar is not a slouch. Damian Chambers is not a slouch, but Jeffrey
Sure.
John is the king.
Oh,
So,
okay. Duly noted.
Wrestle.
All right, here we go. A nice reversal out of what was a very unusual position, and now just continue to work on that left arm. Damian Chambers picking a body part, staying with it. Up, look at that. Pull the hair.
That's smart. You know,
Wait, what do you mean it's smart?
A lot of people will do that. You know, a lot of people don't like that.
Because it's
That's
against the
smart.
rules, Jeffrey. It's against the rules. You're not to grab a handful of hair.
It's only against the rules if you did that.
Oh, my goodness.
Remember that.
Okay.
Very smart. You call it cheating, I call it smart.
Well, back up to a vertical base is both men. And testing strength this time. Go behind. Up and...
You know, once again, Damian Chambers is not a slouch. He's representing the city that I am from and that I control and that I rule.
Wait a minute, you're not the mayor. Never mind, I forgot, you're the king. My bad. Anyways, back to the ring. You see that Damian Chambers has Trey all tied up by the legs. I mean, I think this is very smart. If you take out the legs of Trey, he can't fly around the ring like he likes to do.
Trey Lamar is a great high flyer. You know, let's not forget, Trey Lamar does have that nice Pele.
That's true.
You eliminate the Pele kick.
Very true, very true. That's a maneuver that he likes to implement. which sets up for usually one of his finishing moves. And now, here we go, test of strength again. You know, we have not really talked about this, but, you know, Damian Chambers has roots at OSU. It's a big day for him, not only in the squared circle, but outside of the squared circle, as it is Michigan versus OSU. And you got to wonder if that maybe might be a little bit of a distraction if you're Damian Chambers thinking about the big game.
You know, speaking of the big game, there's a reason why I am hoping that the Buckeyes lose this game, because the city that I control and the city that I rule, they think that Ohio State is the number one of the city, and I am in fact the number one.
Okay.
They are number two at best. Damian
So-
Chambers will have to sit at 3.
So you have heat with OSU, is what you're saying.
I'll give Chambers his credit where it's due. If there was anyone to challenge Taylor Moore outside of myself, I would he's not the champion plus it.
You know what? That's absolutely true. And, you know, Damian Chambers has worked his way up the ladder. He has been wrestling all over the place. He's been here at OWA for the last several events. He certainly is impressive, and he certainly deserves a shot at the OWA championship. But there's a man that he's one of, and that's Trey Lamar. And Trey Lamar taking a timeout, slowly getting back into the ring.
Take his time. Why should the champion rush him?
True.
He's a champion for a reason. He's a champion because he's never faced Jeffrey John, but
Well-
that's for another reason.
Nice shot downstairs from Lamar, off the ropes, up one, height on that, and there! Now Chambers swinging a miss, no blocks, big chop, and he's gonna walk the ropes.
So let's get some picture going.
There we go!
Nice.
Damian Chambers has Trey Lamar's number in the last few minutes of this match. And if you're the champion, look out, front row, look out. Oh, way out to the floor. Yeah, is the dog okay? Oh my.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a puppy who is catching the action physically.
He's very frightened. I feel bad for him.
Listen, that puppy should have learned the first lesson. If you see a wrestler coming your way, get out of the way.
I don't think they teach that in obedience school. Anyways, Chambers picking up Trey Lamar. Maybe could this be a backbreaker? Could this be oh no, slide behind. Off they go.
From the champion, Trey Lamar. It's a solid kick to the face.
Well, now is Trey Lamar gonna go for a dive? Kind of show up Damian Chambers, maybe. You know, the man is. Oh no, he's gonna do it. I have to. Look out, Damian Chambers! Into the heavy bag with Damian Chambers. The whiplash on Damian Chambers' neck as he flew into that heavy bag. Jeffrey John, he might be hurt.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if you ever came in contact with that heavy bag, but it's heavy for a reason. So the back of his head just smacked into that. I know that he is not 100% right now. What is Trey Lamar doing?
One count. Wow.
Chambers is a fighter. From Columbus, we are trained to fight. We are trained to fight from behind at all times.
And now Trey Lamar picking up Damian. Like that shot.
Oh, God. That was nice. I love this.
And now Trey Lamar with an arrogant cover. You're not going to pin Damian Chambers that way. I'm sorry. That's not happening. Big knee to the back. And what is Lamar thinking about doing? Trey's just going to, wait, nope. Shot downstairs had little effect in that forearm. Maybe didn't catch him as solid as he wanted, but still gave him a little sting. And body slam from Trey Lamar. Leg drop as well. This might be it. 1, 2. Well, Jeffrey, I don't want to bring up a sore subject, but earlier tonight, it did not seem that you were quite victorious in your tag team event. No comment?
Listen,
What?
we have Trey Lamar versus Chambers kicks out. We have Trey Lamar versus Damian Chambers in the OWA Championship. We will not discuss the travesty that took place prior.
Well, I mean, are you sure? I mean, are you feeling okay? Never mind. Let's get back to the match.
Jeffrey Thomas.
Okay, just was checking on the health of my broadcast partner. That's all.
I made a wrong choice in partner.
Okay.
She let me down, and she left me to a thing of my own. If that was the case, I should have came in by myself and got the job done by myself, because the old saying is, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And I should have just did it in the first place, and that's all I would say on that.
Okay, meanwhile, Damian Chambers is just teeing off with a series of strikes. Reversal now, Trey. Duck gunner. Oh, nice roll. Wow, that was innovative as all get out. Swinging this Pele.
It's over. Get that cover. Get the cover. Notice that Trey Lamar has double BSB on the lead.
1, 2, that might be. He hit him with such velocity on that Pele click.
Frustrated with the ref. You don't want to do that. Referee AJ, that's a solid man right there.
And now Damian Chambers out to the floor.
Show some, Trey, you know what? Show some respect to the veteran. That is a United States Marine Corps veteran. Show some respect as a champion.
Now the referee, AJ, putting the count to Damian Chambers. Chambers, I think he just grabbed his hip for a minute. And he's slowly making his way, gingerly making his way into the ring. And there's a big boot right to the side of the head.
Now we got to restart the count. And the more made contact.
And now the referee's still putting the count on Damian Chambers. I mean, if Damian wants to make the city proud, he's got to get in there. He's got to put the shoulders to the mat. Or he's got to make Trey tap out.
No disrespect to Damian and no disrespect to this city, but he's not out there solid double boots to the back of the head as well. And he's doing the classic, the King James pose. But listen, Chambers is not in the ring to make us. He is not in the ring to make the city proud. He is not in the ring to make anybody proud other than me. If he does not succeed, he is a disappointment to me, regardless of what the city thinks.
So he'll be banished from the 614.
Listen, if Chambers is not successful tonight, not only will he be banished, he will probably, definitely, be forced to root for the better team up north.
No. Well, maybe he heard you because he just leveled Trey Lamar in the corner with a forearm. Coming at it again,
To the face.
that might be enough.
That was a pow right in the kisser.
Maybe not enough room.
Power, look at the strength on that man.
That is 200 pounds. He's just deadlifted off the mat.
Listen, Chambers doesn't have an impact for no reason.
Sweet sassy Molassie, he's folding him up like a lawn chair.
Sweet sassy classy, more like good googly on the net.
Trey Lamar might be concussed. He might not even know where he's at. The 614, the 619, the 257, he doesn't know where he's at. You pick whatever other area code you want to throw in there, by the way, folks. But anyways.
I believe Trey is either the 413 or
it's 330. I'm not sure. Anyways, big forearm from Chambers and a follow through by Trey. And then again, another forearm. That one rocked Trey Lamar. There's a big forearm. There's another forearm. There's another one right to the jaw.
fighting between the two.
And there's a series of strikes. And a swing and a miss. Jeffrey John. Yeah, I was just going to say, help me out on that. That's got to hurt like you wouldn't believe.
You know what? I suppose I am taking an insecurity from Damian Chambers on the half. I have taken many strikes from Chambers Chambers in the past. They are not fun to take.
That was a nice rock bottom light maneuver.
Solid Uranagi from Chambers.
We're going to see a new champion, maybe, ladies and gentlemen. Trey Lamar slowly getting to his feet. And now Chambers getting back on the attack. And Chambers picking up Trey Lamar in fireman's carry. And Trey gets out from underneath it. Uh-oh. Belly and back suplex. No. And now another waistlock reversal. Trey Lamar rolling up. And there is the knee bar.
Well, he won it. It's just it.
That knee bar's locked in really, really tight. Well, maybe not. I thought it was locked in.
Champions getting out of it. He's not out of it.
What damage has been done, Jeffrey John, to the knee of Trey Lamar? Both these knees. Sorry, go ahead.
That is the Pele kick knee that he was just putting pressure on. So what does that do for Trey Lamar when it comes to throwing out Pele kick again?
To the second rope, but this time cut off. And now Damian Chambers. He's mounting the top rope. And is this going to be a superplex maybe? Superplex from the top rope?
Superplex, maybe a Spanish fly. Who knows what creation Chambers has up on the top rope. Look at Trey Lamar fighting back.
He's fighting with everything he's got, yeah.
It ain't going to be easy for Damian Chambers.
And then he shoved Chambers off, and now Chambers, what are these guys?
I think I know what this is.
I don't know.
No.
Power bomb!
Oh my goodness.
Both men hurt themselves.
I felt that over here. Oh my goodness. I can just see. Oh man, that was...
Jeffrey John, I believe that Trey Lamar may have landed on his hand or his right arm or something because he was grabbing at it. And Damian Chambers just got rocked by that sunset powerbomb.
This is clutch time now. We're in third and fourth quarter, Chambers. Don't disappoint me. Do not disappoint me.
Both men have made it to a vertical base. Super kick, but there was not a lot on it. That's the injured knee that was in the knee bar. Brainbuster, maybe?
Brainbuster.
And that might be enough. That might be enough to put away Damian Chambers. Oh, I cannot believe that the man kicked out.
Damian Chambers is from my city, Columbus, Ohio, the 614. That's what we do. We fight. No matter what, we fight back and we don't give up. So Chambers, keep going. Keep going. Do not disappoint me.
Trey Lamar out here to the merchandise table. Wait a minute, and he grabs the belts.
What is he going to do with that?
He's got evil intentions written all over him with that belt.
I can't say that I wouldn't do this. I can't say that I wouldn't, but you know what?
Well, you can't be proud of this. You want Chambers to win.
You know what? I do. No, let's
swing and a miss. Jumping knee strike.
That knee.
And another jumping knee right into the side of the head.
Yeah, I know what's next, and it's not pretty.
Oh, that neck breaker is vicious. 1, 2. Somehow Trey got out. I can't believe it.
And he reversed it with another leg lock with the knee bar. Attacking the leg once again.
How's he going to get out of it? Trey's trying to get out of it and rolls him up. 1, 2. Forced Chambers to let go of the hold. Swing and a miss. Nope. Here we go. Suplex, maybe. What is it going to take for one of these men to be pinned? Jeffrey John, this is an amazing, I'm going to repeat, match that we are seeing here at the Big Match.
Listen, these two men, they are hungry. Look at Chambers. He is feeding off the energy of this crowd. Feeding off of them because he wants this. He wants to prove me right. He wants to make me proud.
And wait a minute. Trey Lamar just used the belt to hit Damian Chambers in the head while the referee was distracted, and now he's going to the top
rope. I can't say that I wouldn't do the same, but I am absolutely disappointed. Chambers, do not disappoint me.
Big elbow from the top rope might be enough. 2, 3.
I don't know how to use your microphone. There it is. How do you use this thing? Oh, here we go. Yeah, like I said, I'm not use a microphone, but this is something. How about them Buckeyes, huh?
Let's go!
Hey, you know what's similar between Ohio and Iowa, besides 4 letters? We both have the same record. We're 10-2, huh? I bet you guys don't like that real well, huh? You don't like that real well, right? No Buckeye fans here? I just saw y'all over there. Y'all butthurt now, what? Right? Right? There's a little bit of blues. Here we go. I think everybody left. I think everybody bailed, huh? It's all salty. Because them Buckeyes lost to the Michigan Wolverines.
I know who my money's on.
Can we compliment this nice jacket? Look at this jacket. Look at this jacket.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have not gotten advice, but we will hear as soon as Manders is done giving us the sports report.
Oh, giving us the chest bumps.
So you're a big dude, right? You're big and tough, right? You're not, what state, right? What state? Let me hear it. What state are you from? Detroit. City. State, Michigan. Oh, Michigan guy. So, in Michigan, right? Just like Iowa, they're big and tough, right? So how do we do this? How do we do a no count out, no disqualification? How do you think about that?
I'd be glad to beat your ass.
I don't even give a damn. That's all right. We're gonna have a no count out, no disqualification, right? For these small-brained Ohio Buckeyes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well,
I know Justin's upset. He's upset. He's not having a good day. It's all right. It's okay. Hey, the Buckeyes, go 10-2. Just so you know, 10-2. 10-2. 10-2. 10-2. 10-2. 10-2. Diez-y-dos. All right. If anybody knows that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, John Orlando here, back with, of course, the self-proclaimed king of the 614, Jeffrey John. And Jeffrey, we got the sports center here from the one called Manders, certainly rubbing in the victory of the Michigan Wolverines to the home crowd here in Columbus, Ohio.
You know, Manders might not be a Skip Bayless or a Shannon Sharp, but he wanted to remind everyone that the Buckeyes are 10-2.
That's
and
right.
The Wolverines are now 11-1 with a shoe-in, you know, if the committee does the right thing and goes to the playoffs. And, you know, Manders tried to compare the Hawkeyes to the Buckeyes.
Correct. Same record, as he pointed out many times.
Same record, but let's get the facts straight. The Hawkeyes. And you know what? That's what Michigan does. They put Iowa down every single time. The Hawkeyes haven't been a factor to the Big Ten since the Big Ten.
Oh, wait a minute. Manders says he's going to take a break here and just hang out. You know, that was a heck of a shoulder block. I did.
Listen, that wasn't a shoulder tackle, that was a boulder tackle. You got hit by a boulder. Look at those shoulders on Karam. Jesus, oh my goodness, that man is fit.
Well, you know, Karam is coming back from an injury he had about 3 or 4 months ago, but he has not shown any ring rust, and he looks like he's hitting all cylinders now.
You know,
I don't know what Manders is doing. What? He's asking the crowd to help him out. Chant, please.
I am just astonished at the physical fitness of Karam. He was out for a few months, and you know what? I don't want to say that I'm glad that he was out because I never want to see another competitor out on an injury.
Sure.
But the way that I have been getting disrespected and mistreated by OWA, I am glad because they would have booked him against me, and that is the last thing that I would have did.
So you're saying you're afraid of Karam?
I'm not saying that I'm afraid. What I'm saying is that I'm smart. It is not smart to go with somebody whose boulder of a shoulder is the size of my head, and he has 2 of them, and I have 1 head.
Okay. Well, right now, Manders is going to go ride the bull, the mechanical bull that is here at 11 Athletics. And, I mean, he does have a history, you know, growing up on a farm and taking care of all the animals and whatnot. I'm sure he's ridden a bull before, and Karam is like, I'm staying right here in the ring.
He has a 10 down on and he's ready to ride that bull. John, have you ridden the bull?
No, I have not.
Huh?
I don't want any parts of it.
You know, I took a Larry from Broner earlier, so I was not in any condition to ride that bull, but we'll see what Manders has in store. You know, with being the cowboy coming out to Bon Jovi, will he have enough stamina to ride this bull?
Well, he's only got last 8 seconds, and he did tell me earlier tonight that he did stay. I believe that he stated he was on there for 8 seconds one time in his life, but I don't know. Maybe
8 seconds.
he says 8 seconds.
Karam does not seem pleased with this at all whatsoever. He is ready to show off them shoulders.
I don't know if Karam even knows what he's. Oh, wait a minute, that was. He wasn't ready. Is that what he's going to say? He wasn't ready.
Apparently in Iowa they throw hay, but they can't ride a bull.
Oh, now Karam says enough of this, man. And here they go. They're just going to start fighting at ringside. No, Manders wanted. He wanted a no count out, no disqualification match, and I guess we're just gonna let it happen.
You know what this is? This is a Big E classic of 2 big meaty men slapping meat, and I love it.
And big chop. Oof.
With a slap.
And now Karam taking Manders into the merch table.
Karam, the left side only. My merch is on that same table. Stay away from my merch.
And now a shirt being used as a kind of a suffocation device.
Hey, Manders, pick up my shirt. Manders, my shirt too.
No, just you mind your business. You're here. Don't worry about your shirts.
Manders, my shirt too.
No.
Use my shirt too.
Oh, use it. Oh man, what a shot from Karam. And now he is just teeing off on Manders.
Getting the crowd hype behind him.
And Manders is asking for all kinds of help, all kinds of assistance from the crowd. And now Karam says, here we go, I'm going to whip you into the fitness equipment. Nope, reversal.
Be careful, that is expensive.
That is, and Karam went head first right into that support beam. And
You got the belt. The belt.
That can only mean one thing. Someone's going to taste some leather. Oh no.
Okay, listen, I'm not gonna be the one, but he shouted out Hollywood Hulk Hogan and immediately went to a Ric Flair.
And well, now it looks like
He has to be consistent.
It looks like Karam is returning the table. Here he comes to the ring. Karam rolling in the ring, and he's looking to put away Manders, and Manders is quivering in the corner. He doesn't want any more. No, he doesn't. Oh, look at that.
You know what? I don't blame Manders. If you see the shoulders on that man, I wouldn't want any of it too.
And now he's just stomping a mud hole right at him. Nothing fancy about it. Manders is visibly frustrated by what's gone on in this match with Karam, and he better look out because Karam's getting to his feet. And Manders still holding his back from getting hit with that weight belt snapmare. And elbow smash. That might be enough. One. Nope, just one. And now Manders setting him up with another elbow drop. And another elbow drop. And a third elbow drop. That might be one, two.
He almost had it, but he was smothering with those elbows. You know, with a guy like Manders and the size that he is, throwing those elbows like that, that's for any regular man, that will be way too much. But let's not doubt Karam and those shoulders. There's one thing that I want to mention about Karam is he has impeccable shoulders.
I think the folks at home picked that up. Yeah. I mean, don't cut any of his. I mean, look. Let's be honest. He's put together. He's got an impressive physique. So let's focus on the shoulders. Let's be honest. Karam is. He's got it all. He's got the goods.
Oh, look at that.
One, two. Might have a concussion after that elbow drop.
Listen, that elbow drop, I'm sure any regular person, the wind would have been completely out of him. But Karam is not any regular man. He is a man with shoulders.
And so, probably I'm going to lean to you on your expertise. This is probably a very smart move. Put the chin lock on, make Karam carry you and your weight while you take a breather, correct?
Listen, that's the first thing you want to do. If you have the chance, put all that weight on someone and smother them. And Karam has hair. So Manders has the advantage of not having hair. Karam has hair. That's a moment. Wow. But when you have hair like Karam, what you want to do is you want to smother them with that hair in their face. But that doesn't increase so much lack of oxygen.
Wait a minute, you're going to smother him with his own hair? I don't think that's in the rules.
Hey, once again, everything
is
legal if you don't get caught.
Gotcha. I remember that from our last match. Okay, anyways, both men getting to their feet. Who is going to be able to capitalize on this? Look out, running, shoulder tackle, no!
Rounded out the corner. Manders shot to throw the football mentality in there.
And coming off the rope, he just died. One, two, no. I have to say I am so impressed with Karam's strength. He picked up Manders like he was a small child.
You know, I would say that I'm impressed.
But you're not. Oh, okay.
The reason why I'm not impressed and I expected it is because of his shoulders.
No. Indeed. And now it looks like Manders has no idea where he is. He's just swinging wildly. Karam has him up against the ropes. Another big shot.
Oh my goodness.
These guys are just hitting each other so hard. Wait, Manders holds on.
Yeah, Manders doing the smart thing, escaping, gathering himself.
Well, there is no count out. There is no disqualification.
Protect my merch, Manders. Don't go anywhere near it.
Oh, he was going to hit him with a chair, and instead, Karam got a shot in on
the
him.
fans need to watch out.
Oh
my God. Just the back of Manders. Look at him.
Look how red it is. Karam just lit him up with that chair shot, and now Karam picking up. Manders on one of the eyes. And now he's going to grab that weight belt. He's going to choke him with it. Now, there's no disqualification. The ref can count, but at the end of the day, if Manders does not break the hold, it doesn't matter because there's no disqualification in this match.
He's going to have to physically remove the belt from around his throat.
Now it's up around his mouth. We talked about smothering your opponent just a few moments ago, and here it is again. And looks like Karam might be fleeing. Well, never mind. I was going to say might be.
Fans are getting behind Karam. They want to see him do it. Powering up. He's using their energy. Oh, look at that.
Shot downstairs. And he's going to whip him again. Manders whipped him again. Manders grabbing a chair. But Karam continues to wear him out with the belt. And now a chair right to the head.
That's a cowboy lariat right there.
1, 2, 3. Oh. You may not appreciate the one called Manders and his philosophy, but he was victorious here.
Win by any means, and there are no rules.
Orlando here at the commentary table. I'm joined by the more of Irish strong style, Riley Rose. How you doing, man?
Good, man. We're up for a big competition.
Unintended.
Yeah,
on that one.
These two massive men. Holy cow.
Both of them are 6'8". Both of them played Division I basketball. And in fact, Darius Latrell, you have played basketball in Belgium and the Netherlands, and these two guys are going to rock corners right in the center of the ring. Look at the intensity.
So much power. Coming back?
Yeah, neither man wants to give in a centimeter in that ring.
Listen, I've been in the ring with pretty good experience. Let me tell you, I don't think he's ever had a challenge like this, so this is going to be really interesting to watch.
And Darius Latrell, a relative newcomer to the world of professional wrestling, but still, I mean, when you're that big, you know, that's got to be an advantage, Riley.
It's a huge advantage. It's something new, so I'm really excited to see what this match brings.
And the two men just crashed together in the center of the ring. And now here we go. Neither man is giving an inch. You know, if you're PB, you've been on the scene for a while. You obviously know that you're, you know, pun intended, heads and tails above everyone else.
Oh, wait, they're going out to the ring. What's going on?
I was going to say, it's like looking at each other in a mirror. Goodness. Neither man. Wait, are they going to do it again?
We're going to go to the ring.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Oh no, but
Punched a little bit.
yeah, I was gonna say Latrell, Darius.
Got a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say Latrell looks like he's holding that shoulder, and then he just bounces his head right off the mat like a basketball, and then a shot downstairs. And Latrell's gonna take care of keeping the upper hand. I would think would be his game plan.
I mean, listen, when you're evenly matched with somebody, I mean, we saw it earlier in the match.
Look out, ladies and gentlemen, at ringside, you might be taking home a wrestler. I don't think that promotion's not for another few months, but anyways. Well, Riley, I gotta be honest with you. Like I was saying, it's like looking in a mirror, and it's like that meme with the Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man, that's exactly what it is. When you got a man the size of PB Smooth, and look at that. Latrell snapped his neck right over the top rope, and now
Where that basketball comes from. Back suplex.
cover. That might be enough. One.
No. Not for Pretty Boy.
Now, Riley, would it be, in your mind, would it be like a defeat if you put down somebody with a huge move and you only get a 1 count? Does that affect you mentally when you're in the ring?
Honestly, like, when you're this early in the match, you're just trying to okay. I'm going for the cover, and this early in the match, and I get a 1 count. They have to put that extra emphasis in kicking out. So therefore, I'm going to the match.
And now just a series of 12 blows from Latrell. There's one.
Send it back.
These two guys are just hammering each other. Latrell, front face lock on PB Smooth. And abdominal stretch. Wow. Look, I gotta be honest, going into this match, talking to Darius, I figured it, you know.
The ribs, that's gotta hurt.
I just figured that maybe he had a very basic repertoire, but he's showing me something here, breaking out the abdominal stretch.
Back to the ribs. To be honest with you, it looks like his ribs are going to be the main focus of this match. Like, he's already hurt.
Here comes Darius Latrell, big elbow right to the kind of the collarbone area. Latrell just said that's a slam dunk. He's going to come again, charging at PB. And another big, giant elbow to that collarbone.
Darius is staying on PB. Listen, PB has a lot of experience. He's a former AIW champion. So keep on this view. Looks like he had a game.
Shake eyes. Both men down in the center of the ring. I mean, if PB Smooth can hit the Players Club, that sit-out Widowmaker maneuver, forget about it. I don't think anybody is kicked out of that. But the question is, Riley, can he get it on somebody as big as Darius Latrell?
I mean, have you seen the size of Pretty Boy?
Yeah,
well, Smooth, man. He's clearly got the size. So I believe I'm rooting for him.
PB Smooth up to his feet. Latrell up to his feet and a big splash. Here he goes. PB Smooth is regenerated. He's ready to go. Swinging a miss.
Forward to the bag.
Oh! 1, 2. Oh, goodness. That big leg lariat-like maneuver, I believe he calls that the throat slayer, and man, oh man, that usually puts away an opponent, but as we've talked this entire time, Latrell is just as equally as strong, powerful, tall, big, whatever adjective you want to use, as PB Smooth.
Listen, it's been a very equal match. Like,
oh yeah,
it's very clear that they have equal styles. If you look at both of them, they just want to toss each other. Just hit each other. Nasty chop.
Series of chops from in and out forearm right to the side of the head. Here's a big forearm.
Yes.
And that's just a straight right hand.
Exactly what I was talking about. Similar style.
Quick power slam. Leg drop. That might be enough. 1, 2. Darius Latrell barely got out of that. Fans here at 11 Athletics in Columbus, Ohio are enjoying the action. Although I know the end of the football game was not maybe to the liking of many of the fans here for OWA. They certainly are enjoying the wrestling action. And now PB up to a vertical base, picking. Oh man! Dropped out of it. Here he comes up and oh, look at the agility. PB Smooth. Block from Latrell. Off the ropes, Latrell the big boot. You don't think Darius is going to take to the air, do you?
I think he is.
No,
He's set up.
no. There's no way. There's no way. There's no. That's probably a good name for it, Riley. He caught him and snapped him right across that top rope. Modified spine buster. Is that enough? 1, 2.
Late too late.
Man, what a collision that would have been if Darius had went to the air and landing on PB Smooth. My gosh, it would have been like two trains colliding on the tracks.
You know, going back to similar styles, it seems like that Darius has done a lot of study on PB Smooth.
Yes, he has. Wait a minute, what is this?
Oh. Is he going for the armbar?
He's trying to go for it. I don't think I've ever seen PB Smooth use an arm bar before. It was something new in the repertoire. 1, 2.
But he kept the arm.
Uh-oh. Is he going for the Rings of Saturn?
Rings of Saturn, looks like it.
He calls a smooth total bondage. It is the Rings of Saturn. That's it. Yes. Of course, I talked about Trey Lamar, and this is going to be probably an absolute barn burner because these two men trained together. They've never wrestled each other ever before. The alternative, Anthony Greene, Kevin Koo, you know quite a bit about these gentlemen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kevin Koo especially. tag team violence forever with one of my trainers, Greene, which just made his return last night.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in this. This is going to be pretty good.
6 hours. The first fall is not a professional wrestling match.
No, Anthony Greene changing the rules of the match. And
I
don't think so. Not according to my notes, Trey. I don't.
We're making rules here.
I guess.
Okay. They're not even. I don't see the heavyweight champion in the ring right now.
Well, you know,
They're calling shots. I don't see anybody with a belt. Not like mine or anything. You know.
What is Anthony Greene doing? He's got a fan standing here. Wait a minute. So this is like a relay race? Trey, what's going on? Just when I thought things couldn't get even weirder with a mechanical bull and no disqualification matches. What is going on? Would you partake in something like this? If you were challenged to a race? Well, Kevin won that contest. And Anthony Greene is not like that.
I gotta say,
Okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. Here comes Anthony Greene with a chair. And Kevin is going to jump on out to the floor. And he said, I have a chair now, too. Second fall. Okay, this is a new game.
We got a mark right here.
Oh, thumb wrestling. Okay. It took me a minute to figure out what the heck's going on. Thumb wrestling. Okay. And both men, all right, here we go. And they're off, and no, there's the fans. I don't even know what to say.
What's going on?
Poke to the eye. And Anthony Greene wins the wrestling contest, and then he just clocks Kevin right in the face.
All right, so now we're gonna get into the match here, huh?
I think so.
Is that what the third fall is? Real match.
I believe that's probably what they're going for. So, Trey, since you're familiar with Kevin Koo, if you were in the ring with him, and let's just play this, very dangerous striker, a guy that can turn the lights out, what would be your game plan?
Well, speed. You can't see.
True. Okay.
Attack him through the air. Attack him with speed. Just make easy work.
That's a bold prediction. Oh! My goodness, what a knee to the midsection. And Kevin Koo, he is a striker extraordinaire. He knows how to make you submit. And stepping on over, just
the leg.
yeah.
Leg.
And Anthony Greene is all tied up in this leg lock.
Oh yeah.
That's impressive. You gotta be impressed with that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's impressive.
I'm actually a fan of Kevin.
Okay. Okay. And now, all but one arm is tied up.
Man. Uh-oh. Broner.
Oh my goodness, this got to be excruciating.
Nice.
Anthony Greene has got to be in tremendous pain. And now Kevin on the side headlock. Very, very basic move, but still nonetheless effective. Big shoulder tackle. And Chris crossing back and forth. There out. Just old-fashioned right hands, you know. Anthony Greene spent some time in NXT at the Performance Center. He's picked up a few tricks here and there.
AEW.
Yes, he's performed on AEW, so the guy knows what he's doing. He might be silly sometimes, he might be ridiculous, but he can get it done in the ring. Would you want to face Anthony Greene?
You know, I am open to any and everyone. Put him in front of me.
Okay.
I'm knocking him down.
What would be maybe your strategy for wrestling somebody like the Alternative?
You know, you ask a lot of questions.
I do. No, you're not in this match. Are you upset? Are you upset that you're not in the main event? I think you. I'm just making an observation, Trey.
Actually, I think it is. I think it is cool that the heavyweight champion isn't in the main event.
Okay. I sense that maybe you were upset.
But it's okay. I'll get to these guys.
Okay. A series of strikes from Kevin Koo. He gave a big European uppercut to Anthony Greene. Back to the sunset flip. And Anthony. Wow. He tried to weasel his way out of there using the ropes, and that just ends up with him on his stomach. And a single leg crab applied by Kevin Koo. Greene getting around and a big shot right to the side of the face. Just light kicks. Oh. Kevin Koo fell out of the ring very awkwardly. Here comes Anthony Greene out to attack his.
Give him a shot.
Yep. A shot right to the midsection. Big forearm.
You hear the sound.
These combatants.
Anthony Greene can't take too many more of those leg kicks.
No. Both of them kicking each other out here on the floor. Now Anthony Greene going to the high red district. Oh, wait a minute! 1, 2. I believe he calls that WTF, walking, talking, flying.
There we go. Grab a hold.
Hell, this is smart wrestling. Anthony Greene's going to make Kevin move all 200 pounds of him to get to vertical base. Now,
Leg kick.
shot upstairs and into Gurry. Kevin Koo now to a vertical base. Kevin Koo is going to come up and a big clothesline in the corner. Up and over to Kevin Koo. German suplex. Full Nelson Snapdragon. 2. No.
Back to that leg. Back to that leg.
And there's nothing fancy about that ankle lock. He's just twerking on it, And Anthony Greene gets to the ropes.
Man, that Kevin Koo is a surgeon. Look at that.
Absolutely. He has been lethal with his kicks. He has been absolutely meticulous when it comes to, working on a body part. That's why I said earlier to Anthony, he's a dangerous man in that ring. Reversal. Nope. Feet to the front. Maybe a lung blower, maybe? Oh, what is this? What a DDT! 1, 2. I think any normal man would be down for the count on that. Now Anthony Greene plotting, figuring out what he's got to do to put away Kevin Koo. Doesn't want the fans clapping along. But he's picking up Kevin Koo. Oh, is this the so much prettier? So much prettier, maybe? Nope. Reversal. That back elbow right on the jaw. And swing and a miss on that clothesline. Benjamin Mustard. Kevin Koo was so close to getting the victory here. And at this great event for OWA, the big match. Uh-oh.
I was wondering when he was going to go back to it.
He's trying to trap that leg. And small package this time. Big
That got him good.
Kevin Koo just challenged him. He
Right
took a
cross.
fist. Big forearm again. There's another right hand from Anthony Greene.
I want to stray away from that leg, though, Koo.
Kevin Koo says, all right, let's do this. Shot downstairs, another shot downstairs. There's a kick from Anthony Greene. And whips him off the ropes. Duck down kick. There's an enziguri. Roaring elbow right to the jaw. Oh, man. Trey, that slam was not very pretty, but it was pretty darn effective.
Yeah, that was a long way down.
It was. Kevin Koo maybe lining up. Anthony Greene for maybe a clothesline of some sort. And kicked him right there. Uh-oh, so much prettier.
Oh, wait. Oh!
That's got the kick.
That's it. All right.
Anthony Greene picks up the victory in this historic matchup between two